saber que se puede, querer que se pueda, quitarse los viejos, sacarlos afuera, pintarse la cara, color esperanza, tentar al futuro con el corazón.
Hello and welcome back to Querer es Poder. Where there's a will, there's a way. Our show is about inspiring, educating, and motivating our listeners who want to succeed in the business world. And in this segment, we have some very special to tell us about home loans.
We're going to find out about home loans and what the real estate market is like. And we have John Yang here from Skyline Home Finance.
Skyline Home Loans.
Skyline Home Loans.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to our show. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
John, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up and how did you get to Santa Clarita?
Great. Thank you. Again, thank you for having me on the show. I actually grew up in Glendale and moved to Santa Clarita, beautiful Santa Clarita, 12 years ago. My wife and I were expecting our first child. And at that time, my wife worked on a television show called Melrose Place.
Melrose Place.
Worked in the Santa Cruz studios. So at that time, we were looking at buying a house whether in Glendale or perhaps in Valencia area, which is no-brainer. I mean, the prices was affordable, price was right, and it's an absolutely fantastic place to raise family. So we could not be happier.
Good. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
We're glad. Now, how did you get into the loan business?
Right out of college. I was doing real estate financing in college. I would go to school in the daytime, shorts wearing, backpack, and after school would go write real estate finance, real estate loans. At that time, 1994, that's when the interest rate was coming down. Anything less than 8%, that was fantastic. So we were doing during the refi boom. So that's how I got introduced into the real estate business.
And you were mentioning you were looking for a nice place. It was a no-brainer. What do you think that people is looking? I think people is looking for the same right now.
Absolutely.
In terms of buying a house. So. Yeah.
Well, you know, the good thing is that obviously it's always nicer. People say, well, you're so fortunate that you bought back in 1999 when prices were so affordable. Now we're almost, 360-degree cycles is back again. For example, one of my clients currently is in a contract writing an offer on a house in Westridge for $575,000. In 2006, the same house was sold for $872,000. Remember, 2006 was not even quite the peak of the market yet.
Right.
Okay, so she now has the ability to buy the same house for 44% off. And I tease my wife all the time because, like all the Santa Clarita families, especially on Thanksgiving evening, after Thanksgiving dinner, a lot of us go lined up at Toys R Us and buy toys for our kids, just so we can save maybe a few $100s. A lot of time we end up spending till next morning, 3 o'clock in the morning to finish it, so we, again, can save that $200, $300 for our kids. Now we, the buyers, have the opportunity to save hundreds of thousands of dollars on the home purchase and potentially save hundreds of thousands in mortgage interest costs as well. So
the market now is really a buyer's market.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not only the price is right, one thing I always tell my clients is also interest rate. Interest rate ultimately determines your overall lifetime mortgage interest cost. So even though the price, let's say that some people always say, well, I want to wait until maybe if price will drop another 5%.
People always want to wait, and you know what? They wait themselves out of a good deal.
Absolutely. Well, I understand that. The thing is, what I try to also educate them is, assuming it does happen, that since, I really don't believe Santa Clarita, especially in the good areas, is going to drop another 5%. But for a moment, let's assume that assumption does come true. But what if the interest rate now go from 4% to 5.5%? You now just lost that ability to capture that historical low interest rate. You will end up paying way more interest costs during the duration of your life. So again, not just the price, but ultimately, as long as you're financing, if you're paying cash for the house, price is the number one you should look at. But if you're financing a home like most of us, then you also have to look at what's the cost for me to obtain this mortgage, how much it's going to cost me to buy this house over the life of the loan.
And John, I've been around a long time. Patsy, did you know I'm very young?
I know.
But I've been around a long time. I don't know how that works. But anyway, I have never seen interest rates in my entire life this low.
Yeah, and matter of fact, Federal Reserve is talking about it. They will continue to buy mortgage-backed securities to 2014 now. So it's absolutely, we're so blessed. It's a great time for home buyers, for move-out buyers to seriously consider take advantage of the market. And this is the cycle people's going to be talking about in the future. That they're going to wish that they bought a house in 2012, 2013.
Houses are at a low level in terms of value and in terms of cost, and mortgages are at a historical low level in terms of rates. Wow, what a deal!
Yeah,
now's the time.
Absolutely.
Now let me ask you, John, how do we contact you?
If you have any questions, you can feel free to call me directly at 661-877-4656.
661-877-4656. And do you have a website?
Yes, my website is called mortgagevideoblog.com.
Mortgage, M-O-R-T-G-A-G-E,
videoblog.com. Yes, sir. And if any of the listeners just mentioned Patsy and Bill, if you think about buying and refinance, I will be more than happy to give them a $410 credit towards their appraisal fee. All they have to do, again, just mention that they heard about us talking on your show. That would be wonderful.
So our show is giving extra value here.
Yay!
All right, extra value.
Oh, thank you so
much. You will waive the
appraisal fee.
The appraisal fee,
which is a $410 value.
But they got to mention Patsy.
Absolutely.
Bill Miranda Show.
Or Bill.
Querer es poder. You listen on Querer es poder. Where there's a will, there's a way.
There you go, John. We appreciate having you on the show. Thank you very much for your input. Wish we could have you longer so we could ask you more and more questions. Very interesting.
Thank you.
John Yang.
This is a time.
Absolutely. John Yang. This is Querer es Poder on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.